Thanks for joining me for another book review, this time Colour Choices by Stephen Quiller. Stephen Quiller is the most extraordinary colour theorist that I've ever read, and I have a huge interest in colour theory. What I'm going to do is flip through his book to give you a sense of how beautiful it is and what you would get if you buy this book, which I thoroughly recommend. Bit of a contents there, introduction. He talks about his greatest joys, joy of going to museums, bit of a history about colour theory, and that leads into how he developed his own colour theory. And his colour theory is mind-blowingly brilliant, I thoroughly believe. Colours on the colour wheel. There's some chapters here, not chapters, some pages there on different brands. He talks about his colour wheel and lots of the combinations, locating colours on the inside and the outside of the colour wheel. This is an example here of the colours that he uses. I'm guessing that this is what he used to use, because he now sells a large round ceramic palette that I am in the process of uploading a video about, because it is absolutely superb. I'll show you the lid to the his palette. Stephen Quiller, that's printed on it. This is just a sheet of paper. It's got a plastic lid, and it comes with an example of how he would set up his palette. So I'll just zoom in on that one, because it gives you a really good idea about Stephen Quiller and his colours. Continuing to flip through, it is full of the most inspiring artworks. This is his colour theory here, and what I particularly love about this page is how he goes from light to dark, and he says put yellow at the top because that is the lightest colour. Lots and lots of examples. He'll explain something and then he'll do either a single painting on it, like so this is the monochromatic, monochromatic study, and then down here he'll give you the example of which colours he's used to do the monochromatic study. I know monochromatic actually means one, but he's used 3 really close greens. Doesn't matter, he explains everything. I absolutely love this one. This one is a monochromatic painting because he's just used Prussian blue. He also goes through some exercises. It seriously is the most superb book of all the watercolor books that I own. I love this page as well because he divides the colors into, very simply, warm, cool. He doesn't go into, you know, this one's a bit warm and this one's a bit cool. He's just, it is a warm color or it is a cool color. I think the way that he describes color theory is brilliant. The other thing about this page I completely love are these little tiny paintings that he's gone through, where he puts warm in cool and cool in warm. I think the way that he uses colour is absolutely superb. I'm going to continue to flick through. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 studies, same subject matter, and he's just changed the colours up. And you see this incredible difference as you go through it. Now he starts to get into complementary colour schemes. This is where he completely shines. Look at this one here, where he's come in with this beautiful phthalo blue and Prussian blue, and then down in the foreground he uses cad scarlet, burnt sienna and burnt umber, and then he always puts in a little colour wheel and puts in the colours and shows you why they're complementary, why when you place them on the wheel they're exactly opposite each other. I think this painting is one of my most favourite. It's just so magnificent. He goes then into analogous colour schemes. I know, is it analogous? Is it analogous? I don't care. 6 studies again, he does that a lot, and they are all absolutely fascinating, worth painting out to see what the difference is. He's using casein in this one, but most of the time in this book it's watercolour, bit of gouache. He does like to talk about acrylics and oils as well, but it's mostly about watercolour. Semi-neutrals with direct complements, transparent, translucent and opaque. He covers everything to do with colour and colour theory in watercolour. Look at this painting. It is absolutely beautiful. Watercolour and gouache, this one. So, yeah, he often uses gouache. Triadic colour schemes he's up to here. And he puts in beautiful big triangles to demonstrate the colours that he's using, how he came at it. I'm still flicking through here. Lots and lots of beautiful colour combinations. Now, at no point does he say you have to use a colour theory combination to paint with. He's not about that at all. He's saying play as much as you can, but if you want to understand why colours work together, the answer is in colour theory. I'm just pausing on this page because it is so beautiful. This time he's given you a photograph and then the painting from which he's drawn the inspiration. The photograph that he's drawn the inspiration from, I should say. More magic paintings. He talks about working on location, working in the studio. Still just more beautiful, beautiful paintings. Transparent and opaque. And just have to pause for a moment to go, look at that use of purple and blue. This is acrylic. Acrylic and casein. There you go. It looks like watercolour. And transparent, translucent and opaque. This, I think, must be one of my most favourite paintings that he has. This one is just incredibly energetic. It's not a painting I at all like, but it's visually stunning. Every single example he puts in his book is just absolutely wonderful. This is a rare painting that's not brilliant. So many of his paintings are just completely brilliant. More exercises that you can follow. And the final chapter is called Master Colorist. So he goes through some famous painters and suggests that you could go and have a look at them because their use of colour is extraordinary. Hey, a woman, Mary Cassatt. There you go. More famous painters, and you could go and have a look at them if you want to. A couple of examples. American painters. And there's another chapter here, Historical Perspective on Colour Theory. A little bit of a bibliography and an index, which I've used over and over to go back and find points that is best books that I own of all the colour theory books. See you next time. Bye.